Hi friends, my name is Alicia Renice and I'm a multi-passionate creative and singer-songwriter here to encourage you to live the life of your dreams and build a creative business that supports the life of your dreams. Yay. So I want to talk about rest. I recently went on sabbatical, like a month sabbatical, where I didn't post any podcasts, YouTube videos. I tried not to do anything business related to the multiple businesses that I'm trying to start because I wanted to see myself as a person instead of just a moneymaker or instead of just a product or, a moneymaker. And I felt a lot of shame around that. I made a video about how hustle culture is not for Black women. And I really am doing the work of trying to unlearn hustle culture in my own life. And I felt a lot of shame around taking a rest, right? Like the first things that came up in my mind were like, oh, well, what if I fall behind? What if people stop following me? What if I'm not taken seriously? What if people think I'm being lazy? Like whatever it is, what if I lose people's attention, right? And I really had to check with myself and be like, yo, like you have value outside of the videos you create, outside of the podcasts you make, outside of the business that you do, like with other people. You are not a product. And the thing is, like living in this country, it's really hard not to see yourself as a product. There's this whole trend going on called I do not dream of labor. I also did a video about that or my own take on that. And it really is opening the eyes of a lot of people to say like, hey, we've looked at ourselves as a product. Like we've looked at ourselves as a product because we're taught to look at ourselves as a product. You know, when we grow up, people ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's never about like, what do you dream of? Or how do you want to change the world? You know, maybe like the babies, like they ask that kind of question. But at a certain age, they're like, oh no, we have to be, serious about whatever you do in the future. And so we're conditioned to think about how we're going to make money, and usually for other people, not even for ourselves, but for other people. And for myself, I know that like being an entrepreneur, it's going to take different kind of work and sometimes heavier work, heavier lifting than it would take for me just to get hired at some place and to go in and clock in and out every day where someone's telling me, oh, do X, Y, and Z. I need you to create these forms. I need you to cross this thing off the list. I'm gonna roll down my window. It's hot. This fly is on my window. But anyway, so I really felt shame around resting because I felt like, oh, if I take a rest now, like I'm not working hard enough. I'm not doing enough. And I really had to check myself on that because it's like, where is this coming from? Is this coming from me? Like my body knows I need to rest. Like I was getting anxiety attacks. I was like really depressed. And I was really depressed because I was pushing this notion that I had to make all this money. And if I wasn't making all this money, then I was a failure. But the truth is I never gave myself time to just chill. So I literally took the month of June and I had all this stuff planned. I was mourning because I had like all these ideas. I took the month of June and didn't do anything. It's July 2nd today. I didn't do a thing in June. Even when I tried to do things, it was crazy because I would get exhausted. I would get tired because I was out of alignment. I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do. And so I enjoy my work, right? It's fun for me. It's not just like this laborious and heavy thing. It's fun for me. But I have not celebrated myself like I should have been celebrating myself. Even when I lost, right? Even when things fell apart, even when nobody signed up for stuff. The fact that I even showed up and did it and made myself like vulnerable to do the thing, whatever that thing is, I should have still been celebrating myself. And the truth is, I didn't jump out of my job to jump back into entrepreneurship, to treat my entrepreneurship journey like a job. Like that defeats the purpose. I know that it takes work. I get it, right? But I'm not opting out of a life of hustle and grind to go right back into another life of hustle and grind, if that makes sense. So if you're struggling with taking a rest, I want to give you a permission slip to do so. If you're struggling to take a month off or a year off or to quit your job and figure something else out, I recommend that to you. My cousin actually is a nurse, and the job that she was working at, it was just very toxic for her. It was just a lot of heaviness, and not being appreciated and things like that. And she said, you know what, why am I working a job that I don't like? And not the actual work that she does, but just the place that she's in. She's in a place where she's underrepresented, underappreciated, right? She's like a Black nurse in this white space. And so she felt the trauma of the stuff every single day, the being marginalized, the being ignored, the being not taken seriously, right? Even though you go to school and study all these years for nursing and they come and treat you like nothing. And so she took it upon herself to take a year off or to take time off and figure out what she's going to do next. And I love that for her. And I want that for everybody. And I feel like I know a lot of us don't come from a place where we can save up that kind of money to take a break. But there are some people that you can follow. I'm going to recommend them now. Sheeta's on the Loose, Stephanie Perry, there are other people. I'll come back to that and I'll put all the links in the description to check them out. But they're talking about taking a break from life, retiring early, taking a sabbatical, and doing it on a budget. Like you don't have to be rich and famous to take a break. That's a sidebar. But either way, I want to give you permission to take a break. And how do you combat the shame that you feel around taking a break? It's really an everyday thing. Like when I first took my day off, I was like, maybe I should wait till next month. You know, I could think of like a million excuses about why I could continue to do it. Oh no, if I don't post on this topic now, it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be important in a week or in a month. If I do this, I'm going to lose subscribers and people aren't going to, you know, follow me. When I took a break in June, I gained like 15 subscribers, right? Which was crazy to me because I wasn't doing anything active. I wasn't doing anything. And I literally just like let it go. You know, I was still like on YouTube, like looking at videos and stuff like that. But I wasn't treating myself like a factory, like I'm just making things. And I think sometimes like we really overestimate like not how important we are, but how vital our work is. And we really need to understand that life goes on without us. Sadly, it does go on. Like you are important, right? You are an important piece in this puzzle of the world. But at the end of the day, you're not Wonder Woman. And I know for a lot of Black women, we take on this title of like being, you know, Wonder Woman and being a superhero, like it's a badge of honor. I was talking to my friend recently, shout out to Jonetta. I was like, I'm not interested in working hard anymore. I'm not interested in being a superwoman. I'm not interested in being a strong Black woman. I want to be weak. I want to be weak. I want to, and I know that I'm not weak, right? But I want to have space for my weaknesses. I want to have space for my humanness, right? My humanity. And unfortunately, in this world that we live in, there's not a lot of space unless you create it yourself for your humanity. For like, why did I feel like I had to apologize a million times for taking a break from social media? I should be able to take a break and it'd be fine, right? Like the world is not going to end. The world's not going to stop if I stop posting. But it feels like that because it's so ingrained in us to work hard all the time, to work hard for our rest. But I don't want to work hard and die early and not be able to enjoy my rest. I should be able to rest right now. Like I don't want to have to work hard. Does that make sense? Like the work that I'm doing, I want it to matter. I want it to make impact, but it being hard is not where the jewel is. You feel me? Like it being impactful, it being honest, authentic, it being in the right time, in the right season is what's really important. Not me working hard. There's no badge of honor for working hard. There's exhaustion for hard workers. You feel me? There's exhaustion, there's pain, there's illness. There's depletion, there's depression, there's anxiety for working hard. And I really think that we need to let's rethink about this, right? Why do we want to work hard? Why is this such a badge of honor in this culture? And who does it benefit? Who does it benefit to work hard? Does it benefit you? Again, like I talk about, my ancestors, they worked hard and they have nothing to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandfather worked a few jobs at the same time and had nothing to show for it. For a season in my life, I worked 3 jobs and have nothing from that season to show for it, except for exhaustion, except for missing out on spending time with my family and my friends. And I really want us to really, really consider, why are you working hard? Who does this benefit, right? And can you work smarter? We also need to understand that rest is productive. Rest is productive. The reason why you have to go to sleep at night, your cells need to regenerate. You know that beauty rest, that glow that you have in the morning, you can't get that unless you're sleeping, right? People that are exhausted, you can see it in their eyes, like you can see it in their shoulders, like how tense they are. And there are times where I really have to like, okay, let me unclench my jaw, right? Like, and so think about working hard like this for year after year after year. You don't think that's going to wear on your body? You know what I mean? Like I have a click in my jaw because of how tightly I sleep, right? Like I have TMJ now because I sleep with my jaw like really tight, because for a season of my life, I was very stressed out. And I'm dealing with those, you know, those consequences now. And I don't want you to deal with those consequences later. I want you to take your body, your art, your, you know, your amazingness that cannot be bottled in how much you work today, right? I want you to take that and honor that by resting. I want you to be unapologetic about resting. I want you to be unapologetic about being weak. Who are you putting on for? We're also afraid to show how weak and vulnerable and sad and tired we really are because we're all playing this game. I don't want to play that game no more. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like literally, I'm tired. I don't want to play that game anymore. I don't want to see myself as a product. I don't want to see myself as worthy based on how much money I make or how many people watch my video or how much impact I can see online. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, because we're worth so much more than that. We're in this world of like ones and zeros and numbers and all this stupid stuff that doesn't matter. When in reality, like you're a once in an ever time being. There will never be another you. Do you want to spend these years working away and slaving away for a little thumbs up from your boss or for like, you know, like, and this is just my personal thoughts, right? I'm just kind of like ranting here, but at the same time, I'm not, because I'm very clear on what I mean. Like working hard is not a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? Like busting your butt, traumatizing yourself is not a badge of honor, even though for Blacks it has been. Again, this idea of pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Being self-made. I don't want to be self-made. I want to be communal. Like, I want to be, and the truth is, like I said before in this previous video, I don't believe in being self-made, right? But I still believe that there's no shame that should be had with resting. Look at the people who are rich and wealthy. They rest all the time. They on trips to, you know, Puerto Rico and all this other stuff, like, and make no apologies for it, right? So why should you layman, like, or laywoman, why should you make an apology for you resting, for you being human? Where is the space for you to be human? And if you don't have those spaces, create those spaces for yourself. That's the whole point of this video, is that you should be unapologetic about resting. Understand that you're not alone if you struggle with resting, because I feel shame around that. I'm still working through that shame. But I'm so glad that I took that month off, because I'm going to make this a practice, right? Maybe once a week, or like a week out of every month, not do anything. Don't do anything. Don't look for me. Don't call me. Don't text me. I want to chill. I want to have fun with my friends. I want to take a nap. I want to read something for fun and not, you know, to be productive. And I really want to rest in the freedom and liberation that comes with resting. So I hope this was helpful. If so, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. For all my independent artists, please sign up for the Independent Artist Toolkit below, or the Black Girl Creative Toolkit. If you need a rest, if you need just like a vacation, even if you're not an artist, there's still resources in there for you that you can benefit from. So until next video, you all, I'll talk to you all soon. All right.